Drew, thanks for listening on KIDO in Idaho. What's on your mind?
Hi, Lars. I missed the beginning. You may have already talked about it, but did you see President Trump at the Economic Club meeting in Chicago today?
I have to confess, I've seen some of the reports on it. I haven't seen the appearance he made yet in full because it happened while I was on the air. So I'll be watching it tonight, and I'll talk about it at length tomorrow. I did see him talk about tariffs. And he defended the idea of tariffs. The Bloomberg interviewer went after him on tariffs, but I actually think the president has a winning strategy when it comes to that. What was your impression?
Oh, it was great. He was so god-awful, he made Kamala Harris look like a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon.
Tell me what you saw and what he said, or what did you hear him say that makes you say that?
He couldn't answer a question. He did his weave, his brilliant weave, where he touches upon 500 different topics in 30 seconds and then never addresses the actual question. Brilliant. Totally brilliant.
No, hold on. But Drew, be specific. For those of us, I admit, I told you I have not seen the interview yet. I think Trump speaks very knowledgeably about America's economy. Now, I know it doesn't make the deep state happy, and it doesn't make a lot of American business happy, but American business does a lot of sleazy things like hiring illegal aliens and others. And I think a lot of American business people do not back America and putting America's interests first. What specifically was he asked that you felt he didn't answer?
What will you do for small business? He was asked about the tariffs. He couldn't answer squat. I could have found a fifth grader that.
Well, what did he say about tariffs? Because I've seen some of his answers from that interview on tariffs, and the fact is there are a lot of business people that don't like the idea of tariffs. Trump uses them as a negotiating tool, and he's explained that quite ably before today.
I think I remember when he was asked about tariffs, he said, well, Putin's a good friend of mine, and then Hannibal Lecter, and everyone.
Yeah, I know you think you're being funny, Drew, but I'm asking you this: if when we've cut trade deals before, a lot of us have complained long before Donald Trump, but Trump gets credit for actually bringing this to a position where you can do something about it, that America will cut tariff deals that are horrible for America and good for everybody else on the planet. And I can give you one example. I know a guy who listens to the show. He's in the business of selling paint, and it's the kind of paint that use in original equipment manufacturing. So when there are companies that have, equipment, motors, engines, things like that, they use this paint as the covering. He sells in China. His competition sells in America. When his products go into China, they face a very steep tariff. And when the very same kind of paint is sold in America, there's almost no tariff at all. Now, Drew, no individual would ever go for a deal like that. If you came to me, if we were both in business, and you said, Lars, I want to sell you lumber. And I said, well, I want to sell you some product that works with your business. And I said, I'm going to buy all of your products at wholesale, and you're going to buy all of my products at retail. Would you say yes to a deal like that?
How about Trump saying to Maria?
No, how about answering my question, Drew? Because I know you're trying to do the weave as well. Are you willing to answer the question? Should we cut trade deals that equally benefit both sides, at least equal? And since America is the most attractive market to sell products into anywhere on planet Earth, we're more attractive than Western Europe. We're certainly, China has a growing middle class, but we're a very attractive marketplace to sell those products. Would you agree to a deal that was good for the other guy and no good for you?
No one has ever seen any.
Okay, thank you very much. You know what, Drew? I'll tell you what. You can do the funny accents. You can pull the jokes about Hannibal Lecter. The point is, we need an American president who puts America first and everybody else second. This country has suffered because for decades, the people running our government have been sold out to foreign interests. And instead, I want them to say, I will cut the deal that is good for Americans. Good for Americans first, good for everybody else second. And Drew, if you don't want a president like that, vote for Kamala Harris. I'm pretty sure she probably already has your ballot.